Oh, hi guys, and welcome back to Ray's Rails. Thought we would make a fun video today. We'd maybe call this one Ray's Fails. I thought that was a funny name for it. I'm not sure whether that'll be the title of it or not. But I like to say sometimes after you build a project, you can plan, or you could work on whatever you're doing. And I like to say sometimes at the last minute, that's when it all falls through. And I think that's what happened with this project. But I'll explain to you what happened and show you one of my purchases I made and one of my items, accessories that never made it onto the railroad. So many years ago, I always wanted this transfer table. My friend had it on his table. It looked like a great accessory. And why I wanted this accessory, one of the engines, I found out that when I wanted to take it off my shelf and I wanted to put it on the layout, there was a lot of parts that would move around on it and a lot of details. And I went to the shop a few times to get wires put back on, like when the wheels would move or the axles, the wires would get tore off. So I figured, oh, I'm just going to get a transfer table. I'm going to park this engine on the table and I'm never going to have to move it. So I purchased the 350 Lionel transfer table. This is really a fun accessory you can put on your engines or your cars, and it will move them from one track to the next track. And I looked for this item probably for about a year. I found it at a good price. And I already took it out of the box. And this is pretty much what you get. You get the transfer table and you get your controller here, so you can move your transfer table back and forth. So what you usually do is you drive the engine onto it, and then you can use your controller, I guess, and you can move the transfer table up. And then you could take the engine to the next track and put it on. And that way you won't have to have any switches on your layout. You can just buy the transfer table. So like I said, I wanted to put one long 20-foot track here, and you could put your engine on there and use it as so forth. So that was my idea with this piece. So I'll show you what I was going to do. So you can see I'm going to just take this off. I'm going to turn on my layout a minute here. And I'm going to start up the track. I got my engine all set up. And we'll bring my engine in. So here comes one of my most expensive and one of my favorite engines. Bring it on down. Up. Don't worry, I got it. I just haven't brought this engine out for a while. I was thinking I had the wrong number. I got all these numbers in the remote. So, all right, here we are. So now we're all set there. So you can see I have my Challenger. And I would probably say that this engine is probably about 36 inches long. So let's take another look at that transfer table. So lo and behold, the idea was to put the transfer table here. And then what was I thinking? Everything was set. I was all ready to put the transfer table onto the layout, and oh boy, did I ever make a mistake. So that didn't happen. So that was, you could just see right here, my idea was to put the Challenger on here, transfer the Challenger onto the main line, and away I go and have fun with it, and never have to pick up the engine. So that didn't turn out so good. So what I ended up doing was I had to do something to get the, and I wanted to make sure that the Challenger still stayed on the layout and I didn't have to pick it up. So what I ended up doing was I had enough room, so I pushed the 3 tracks together. So you can see I only had 2 tracks here, and I had to get one more. This outer track here was the one where I was going to put one straight track in the transfer table. So what I did was I put 2 turnouts in there, one to my right over here, and there's one further on about 25 feet around the corner. But what I did here was I put one turnout here, and I bought an engine shed. So what I do now, instead of having a transfer table, the Challenger just goes back into that engine shed, and I shut that line off. So it just sits there. Most of the time it's in that engine shed. It's nice and safe, and it is not dusty or it doesn't get damaged. And then another thing, I don't have to pick it up and bring it onto the table. So what I do is when I want to use that, I just flip the switch over there. It's just a manual switch. I didn't need anything too fancy, and I can bring out the Challenger. So that's my little story today. And like I said, this is the I don't know, I know some people are going to probably want to purchase this from me, but it's the 350 Lionel transfer table. I think it's a pretty good accessory if you can use it. And it also comes with the extension on here, so you could probably, I think, like 3 tracks. But you can see that's how it is. And one of my friends, when he uses this thing, he actually puts traction tires on this on the wheels here to drive it, and it'll drive your engine forward and backwards a little bit better. So I thought that was pretty neat. But like I said, this is one of my lessons that sometimes everything falls through at the last second. After I planned this for months and I found it for a good price and I had a spot for it on my layout, I knew how it worked, I was ready to wire it, that was it. But like I said, it's all fun when you have model railroads, and maybe I'll use it another day or on another part of the layout. But for the last probably 2 or 3 years, it's been laying on my shelf over there. And that's what I'm going to do now after this video. I'm going to pack it real nice into the box and put it back on the shelf. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed my video, and I don't know, maybe learned something. And you know, that's how it goes sometimes with model railroads. But you know, you want to try to keep it fun all the time. That's what I put in my comments, make it fun and keep the fun going. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching Raise Rails. I hope you enjoyed the video, and keep having fun with your trains. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.